We do have some breaking news to get to. We're learning a major arrest was just made by the Department of Justice here regarding drug cartels and drug trafficking. This is quite the big kahuna here. So this is what we know, that the Justice Department just issued the following statement from Attorney General Merrick Garland on the arrests of alleged leaders of the Sinaloa cartel: Ismael Zambada Garcia, also known as El Mayo, and Joaquín Guzmán López. And you see their mugshots there before you. So, and we're learning, I want to put the statement up from Merrick Garland. Let's read it here as well. Garland says this: the Justice Department has taken into custody 2 additional alleged leaders of the Sinaloa cartel, one of the most violent and powerful drug trafficking organizations in the world. Ismael Zambada Garcia, or El Mayo, co-founder of the cartel, and Joaquín Guzmán López, a son of its other co-founder, were arrested today in El Paso, Texas. Now, the son of its other co-founder, that's referring to El Chapo there as well. Now, Garland goes on to say in the statement, both men are facing multiple charges in the United States for leading the cartel's criminal operations, including its deadly fentanyl manufacturing and trafficking networks. He goes on to say El Mayo and Guzmán López join a growing list of Sinaloa cartel leaders and associates who the Justice Department is holding accountable in the United States. That includes the cartel's other co-founder, Joaquín Guzmán López, or El Chapo, another of El Chapo's sons, and an alleged cartel leader, Ovidio Guzmán López, and the cartel's alleged lead sicario, Nestor Isidro Perez Salas, or El Nini. So we're learning that these arrests took place today in El Paso, Texas. Let's put up their mugshots yet again here. You can see them right now. So this is quite significant here. Reading more from the Associated Press that the U.S. government had offered a reward of up to $15 million for information leading to his capture, referring to El Mayo, the historic leader of Mexico's Sinaloa cartel, now in the custody of the U.S. Department of Justice, as well as Joaquín Guzmán López, a son of another infamous cartel leader, being El Chapo. They were both arrested today by U.S. authorities in El Paso, Texas. So, like I said, this is quite something. Remember, in recent years, El Chapo's sons have led a faction of the cartel known as the Little Chapos, or Chapitos, that has been identified as one of the main exporters of fentanyl to the U.S. market. Now, you'll remember El Chapo Guzman was sentenced to life in prison in the United States in 2019. You'll remember that case was prosecuted and adjudicated in Brooklyn, New York. Back out there to some more of this video. Now, you'll remember that they were seen as more violent and flamboyant than Zambada. Their security chief was arrested by Mexican authorities in November. One of them, Ovidio Guzmán López, was arrested and extradited to the U.S. last year. He pleaded not guilty to drug trafficking charges in Chicago in September. So this is, like I said, a family affair of El Chapo Guzman, his sons, and this other, like I said, big kahuna, El Mayo there, with the operations of the Sinaloa drug cartel now being quite hampered and impeded by these arrests today. Also, you can get the sense that there was cooperation between Mexican and American authorities as well. So I wanted to make sure we got this story into you going forward. So more, though, on Zambada. He was one of the longest surviving capos in Mexico. He was considered the strategist of the Sinaloa cartel, more involved in day-to-day operations than his flashier and better-known boss, El Chapo. Strong ties, though, to Colombian cocaine suppliers and his cells across the U.S. made Zambada one of the most powerful drug traffickers in the world. He'd been among the leaders of the Sinaloa cartel since the 1970s, with their principal livelihood being the sale of narcotics in the United States. So, and you can see there the evolution of kind of the drug trade with some of these cartels to our neighbors down south there in Mexico, from cocaine to heroin, a lot of these narcotics, and then ultimately ending in the very deadly narcotic fentanyl there. So I wanted to make sure, like I said, we got this breaking news in as well.
New 10 U.S. authorities have arrested two of the top leaders of Mexico's Sinaloa cartel, Ismael Zambada Garcia and Joaquín Guzmán, were taken into custody today by the DEA in El Paso, Texas. The Justice Department believes the Sinaloa cartel, along with several other organizations, are responsible for trafficking